Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday. Let's talk a little bit about the workout. We got a great couple days coming up to enjoy the outdoors, so let's take advantage of it. You might be wondering what this equipment is in front of me. We're going to go over that, but first let's talk about the format of the app layout. What you're going to see today, I've removed the warm-up from each individual track and made it very general. It will have the necessary substitutions for the folks that do have some of the equipment or don't have it, and scales that may be needed accordingly. So we'll start out with that warm-up piece. As you scroll down, you'll see your individual tracks laid out and what we're doing for the day. Just a reminder, all the tracks are going to be very similar as best we can, and the body weight will be mostly what we can do with what we have to work with. Now, today you will see something in there that says virtual class links. If you click that, you'll see the 2 to 3 different class times through the day that we're going to have virtually through Zoom. If you click that link, it's going to take you to a Zoom portal at that particular time for that class. If you don't have Zoom, when you click the link, it will prompt you to download it to your phone or to your iPad or to your computer to open it up. Suggest you do. It's a good way to mingle back and forth with your friends and have a little bit of motivation to do the workouts that you may be missing. Now, let's talk a little bit about today's warm-up. We'll start out with our dynamic range of motion like we always do in all of our classes. Although today what you'll find is a video link that goes in a little bit deeper dive as to what exactly dynamic range of motion is and some of the movements that we use in class to help you build your own range of motion warm-up. Remember, the idea behind this is just to get the blood pumping, just to get the joints moving a little bit. Shouldn't take more than 3 to 5 minutes. Once you're done with that, we're going to move into the warm-up prep or movement prep for the day. Today it's going to be 3 rounds of a 30-second reverse plank, a 20-second static pistol hold on either side, and then 10 kneeling unilateral dumbbell presses on each side. If you don't have a dumbbell, go ahead and knock out 10 hand release push-ups at the end of that for 3 rounds. Now, let's talk about the workouts. All right, we're going to go through the full gym first, then the minimal equipment, and then body weight, and we'll talk about the conditioning piece at the very end for everybody. Strength focus today is going to be strict press and dumbbell rows. For the full gym setup, guys, you're going to have a barbell. You'll do 10 strict press, and then you'll move into a bent dumbbell row, pulling on either side, 10 reps, both sides. If you don't have a dumbbell, just use your barbell as well. The idea of a superset is we do 1 set of 10 strict press, and then we do our dumbbell rows, and then we'll rest for 2 minutes for 5 rounds. That's called a superset when you back them up to each other like that. Once you're done with that strength piece, we're going to move on to pull-ups. You'll have 5 sets of 70% of your 70% of your max rep pull-ups for 5 sets. If you don't have a pull-up bar, we're going to do what's called a table pull-up. If you don't have that option available for you, we are going to do, or let's just skip it altogether. We've already done enough pulling on the bent rows. The idea is to get a little bit of lateral or vertical pulling as well. But again, if you don't have that, let's go ahead and skip it. For the minimal equipment, folks, if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, we're going to do 5 rounds of a superset of max rep presses on each side, followed up by 10 rows on each side with a 2-minute rest. And then for our body weight crew, we're going to do 5 sets of a max rep push-up, regular push-ups, max rep. And then here comes the fun part. We get to build or find our rowing equipment. There's plenty of stuff around your house to knock out some rows. Case in point, I found a bag sitting in our garage full of clothes. You can simply grab a bag and get right here. You can load these bags up with a pretty good amount of weight of stuff you can find around the house. Second to that, or not even second, even first, you can grab a paint bucket. Same thing right here. We're gonna do some rows. With this, it doesn't have to be 10 reps because it's probably gonna be a little bit lighter than you want. So go ahead and knock out a good number. You can even do max rep with this if you wanted to. Switch sides and pull. I even found a water jug right here. Same thing, and pull. If you have any of these buckets sitting around, I highly recommend these because you can use these for farmer's carries or anything else. And if you load them up with water, they can get pretty heavy. Even sand makes good use for that. And then the same goes for the pull-ups. Guys, if you have access to a pull-up bar, great. If you don't, knock out some table pull-ups. The conditioning piece, fun one today. We're gonna have a 20-minute farmer's carry. Nice long time to be carrying something. The idea here is, though, it's an uneven farmer's carry. So what that would mean for me is if I had a 50-pound dumbbell, then I had a 35-pound kettlebell, that's my uneven carry. If you don't have weights, that's my uneven carry right there. Grocery carries are spot on. Utilize things around your house. It's pretty easy. Now, the fun part of this is every 4 minutes, you're gonna do 15 burpees. Knock that one out. The goal here is for max distance. So you'll walk 10 minutes out. Once you hit the 10-minute mark, turn around and come back. If you've made the same distance, great. If not, mark and see how far you've gone. Yesterday we had some mention of links where you could measure out certain things. You can utilize that on your watch or on your phone to see how far you've actually walked in that time frame. Have some fun with this. Throw your scores into the app. Cheer your fellow teammates on and members, and let's have a fun Wednesday.